Hey guys, it's Bill here. It's Tuesday, usually a slow day, but we're going to go see if we can't make some money door dashing. All right, before we get started, there's something we got to do again. All right, so now that we got that accomplished, we can talk about a very important part of your driving, and that would be taking care of your car. I mean, you can't do this job without your car, and you can't be careless in how you take care of it. You know, you can't really be cheap about how you take care of it either. You have to make sure you get the oil changed and get anything that's messed up in it corrected as soon as possible. I know you might think that you're saving a little money just waiting to do it, but it's only going to lead to bigger things and actually in the long run probably cost you more money. I mean, this is the lifeblood of this job. Without this, you make no money. So, first of all, my advice is don't go buy a brand new car and then deliver food in it. There's a few reasons. First and foremost is you put a ton of miles on your car when you do this. So just the depreciation value of a brand new car would make this job not even really worth having. Second of all, I mean, when you deliver food, you're going to spill some. It's just going to happen. There's going to be a drink on a lid on a drink that isn't on good enough, or they're going to overfill it and it's going to drip out. There's just something happens every now and then. I mean, it's not all the time, but it only takes once or twice to mess up, your upholstery or whatever in your car. So a new car is just not the answer for doing this. I suggest getting something that already has a lot of miles on it, that's been taken care of and in good shape, and driving it. And that way you're not losing nearly as much value, because the value basically is already gone in it. So it's just a way, basically another tip to save money. You don't want to get a $40,000 car and then a year later it's worth $15,000. Get an $8,000 or $10,000 car, and that way a year later when it's worth $6,000 or $8,000, you haven't lost near as much money. I also advise something with good, the best possible gas mileage. 20 miles a gallon or less is cutting into your profits big time. I get 40 to 45 in my car. When I first started doing this, I didn't understand all that, and I drove my truck getting 12 miles to the gallon and making a truck payment on it. And after a few months, I began to realize what I was doing wrong. When I was driving that, I would spend $100 a week on gas, and driving this, I might spend $30 a week. So it's a huge difference that adds up over time. So it's just not a wise decision to drive something that's new and just going to guzzle gas. You're just costing yourself needless money. So to update you on my journey here and how I did financially last week, I made about $700. I think it was $695. I had to double check it, but made roughly that much. And I'll put at the end of this video, I'll put what I made and how much I made hourly and so forth. This is what I made last week hourly. But I made about $700. I put $500 into my brokerage account, and I paid bills with the rest of them. I paid, just your normal everyday bills. What I do is I actually pay credit card, because what I do is I pay my bills with the credit card. I get cash back on that, and then I pay off my credit card right away. So with the $500, I do that every week, and I invest it as soon as, pretty much as soon as I get it. I do what's called dollar cost averaging. So, I put in a little every week instead of just one big chunk at a time. And right now is the worst time to drive, like always. The sun is brutal right now. And so I bought a couple shares of Teladoc. They went up a touch today, but they're still way down, so they were $125 each. And then I bought some Discovery. DISCA is the ticker for that. And they're still really undervalued to me. And then I bought 4 shares of Corsair Gaming, which is still really undervalued. So that's what I did with that this week. Next week, I'll give you an update on how much I made, and I'll let you know where I put that $500. But I'll do the same thing as far as I'll make take the $500 and invest it. So, we had a good day in the market. It was green, although when you buy, you'd rather be red a little bit. But my portfolio was up quite nicely. It was up, about 2%. So can't complain too much about that. All right, so got the first order. It's one I wouldn't normally take. It's only $6.50 but it's only a mile and a half, and it's actually taken me into the area that I want to go to. So it was on the way, so I thought, what the heck, why not get it? So I'm gonna go drop that off. All right, after that first order, which was actually pretty good, only $6.50, but took all of less than 10 minutes and from start to finish, and it was right exactly where I was wanting to go. So it was pretty much perfect. I just got my second order, and it is a stacked order for $15 going 4 miles, so not too bad. I almost went against what I always say, just because of what time it is. It's only 5:49 right now, and it's still slow at this time. And I got a stacked order before that one that was for $11, and I looked in it, and one of the two was a no tip one. And I almost took it anyway because it's always slow at this time. But I'm glad I didn't, because I got rewarded with a better order, and there's no sense in risking, someone, giving with the no tip. There's no telling. They're going to hurt a lot of times they're going to hurt your ratings, and frankly, they don't leave you a tip. Like I always say, you get what you pay for. They don't leave you a tip. Your food can sit there and wait. We got to pay out of our own pocket for our gas. We're using our own car and everything out there. I'm not trying to pay to bring you your food. You pay me to bring you your food. That's how this works. So for those of you who accept those tiny orders like that, there's always a better order behind it. There's no need to accept no tip orders. Let them go. All right, just had a good sign. That one turned into something we rarely ever see. It's actually a 3-pack now. I got a third order. It was a $12.50 add-on for about 6.5 miles. So it's only like the 4th or 5th time I've ever gotten 3 orders at once. So that's a good sign. Must mean it's kind of busy or something. So I'm going to go get these knocked out. Dang, guys. $28 order. Only took about 30 minutes. I only got about a 5-minute drive back into my area. I mean, why can't every day be like this? I'd be making way more money, and I already make good money doing this. I hope this keeps up. That's a good start for a Tuesday. All right, guys, got a nice $11.75 order. It's for 5.5 miles. And here's a little nugget for you in case you didn't know. It's not even 5.5 miles really. I mean, it's 5.5 miles, but it's a different kind of 5.5 because it's mostly all freeway. So like 3/4 of its freeway is only an 8-minute drive. Man, you can't. Your time is more important than the miles. So always keep that in mind. Freeway miles are always better because they're faster, not as hard on your car. You don't have all the stoplights, stop and go, hitting the brakes and all that stuff. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Don't always necessarily pay attention to exactly how many miles it is. Be sure and look at the map and where it's going so you can see, what kind of miles they are, because that's actually what's more important. The wear and tear it does on your car and the time it takes to get there. Because an 8-minute drive for $11.75 is pretty awesome. Whew, guys, an $11.75 order in under 10 minutes. I think it took like 9 minutes. Those don't come around very often. We're at 6:55. My goal by 7 is always to be at $50, and I am at $49.75. I think that's close enough to accept that. So I'm pretty much on pace to do what I want to do. So for a Tuesday night, I can't complain. Just got another stack order, $18 for just 4 miles. Man, Doordash throwing money at me tonight. Let's do this. Not only have the orders been good, but when I get to the restaurant, they've been ready, sitting there waiting on me. I mean, that's more rare than getting good orders. I hope this keeps up. Wow, got a nice hidden tip on that one. So that stacked order turned into about a $22 order. Just a good night, man. I'm at $69 at 7:30, and that's what I ended with last Tuesday. So hopefully I can get about 90 bucks tonight. Maybe if I get really lucky, 100. I haven't got anything on Uber. That's all right though. I'm making it on Doordash. $12.75 for 4.3 miles on this next one. Let's go. You guessed it, turned into a stack order, and I got an Uber Eats order on top of it. Let's do this. Hidden tip on that first one, $8.25. I thought it was $6.25 or $6.50. I can't remember which, but still, who cares? Let's go do number 2. Got a $1 hidden tip on that one too, turned into $13.75. So we're at $91 for the night. Got one last for Uber Eats to go. Gonna go knock that one out from this trip. Man, Doordash is hopping tonight. I was gonna call it a night, but I got another order. I'm out of my area and I still got another order. So this one's not too far away and it's kind of on the way home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock that one out and get home a little early to the family. I made over 100 bucks tonight, so not gonna be greedy. Gonna go spend some time. All right, man, another order that was a little over $11, I think $11.50, and took all of about 10 minutes. Tonight couldn't have went any better. I think I made about $119. I mean, that's a good Saturday night, Friday night. So on a Tuesday night, man, I will take that all day. I'm gonna go ahead and head home now. Hey, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button. Give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it.